Hello, hello, welcome to DynaMarisa. This isn't going to be a speedrun attempt, per se. This is more tutorials on the speedrun in and of itself. Anyway, Stage 10, Remnant's Pursuit. You keep the Qigong. We'll explain why in a bit. Stage starts off. Oh, it's just a space tank and some little guys, some Pachikomas. As you run up to the space tank, if any of the Pachikomas get in your face, hit them with the Qigong. And then just blow up the Qigong. Or blow up the space tank. Hopefully, he drops some mushrooms for health. This one didn't. This is worrying. Because we are now surrounded by space tanks. Choose one direction. Again, I favor my left. And run over to it. If you can, shoot it with the sniper rifle as you approach. And then you just blow it up. Unless you're really low on health, don't wait. Keep moving. You want to keep moving on this stage as much as you can, because the homing missiles these things shoot out will give you a bad day if they will remind you why you need to keep moving. Kind of like that. If your Qigong is low on ammunition as you're running over to the next one, just fire it off to recharge it. Where did that bullet come from? Blow up, thank you. I'm not entirely sure how many it takes before Sakuya shows up. Once she does show up, thank heavens, they're going to target her about as often as they target you. Low on health, looking for mushroom. Not great, but hopefully this guy will drop more. He did! Awesome! If your health does get too low, because maybe these things are being stingy with mushrooms, your backup strat, as opposed to running up to him with a gun, with a high power, low range gun. You just keep your distance and you shoot him with your sniper rifle. Which is part of why we take it into the mission with us. It does mean that Sakuya isn't helping quite as much, but it is incredibly safer. Hopefully one of them will drop, some mushrooms, like, say, this nice big bundle over here. And then you'll be fine. And that's why Sakuya is absolutely wonderful, because she can actually kill these things. And that's why we keep moving. This is not a great stage, but again, just showing things off. The Qigong, all you're going to be hitting with it is a leg. So find a leg that has just come down and make it your best friend. And that's basically how you work the Qigong. Actually, that's how you work the Qigong on every stage we use it on, now that I think about it. You find a leg that has just come down, you make it your best friend. Okay, here is the test spear Gungnir. This is the sniper rifle we've been looking for. It is the most accurate gun in the game. It is the most accurate gun we're going to be acquiring. I haven't played past normal mode, so I don't entirely know if there's more accurate guns. But extremely accurate, extremely powerful. Over the course of 10 seconds, you're going to shoot off 2 shots with it. 1,000 damage. It really adds up, especially when you need to do a lot of damage to something in one shot. It also has an extremely long max range. We want this for reasons that will make themselves clear at the end of the game. We get Test Spirit going near, we pick it up. Another shotgun to show off during the weapon exposition. Exposition? Expose? The showcase. And here is the sculpture first. It only shoots out 5 bullets, but they do 30 damage each. Over the course of 10 seconds, I'm not 100% certain. It doesn't do... I don't think it breaks 2,000 damage, but it comes pretty darn close. It's also got a decent magazine size. I'm going to pick it up just to show what it looks like with the alternative shotgun, with the sculpture first. Okay, Gungnir, you get over here. Once you get a Gungnir, it is not leaving your weapon bar. Ever. Also, save. Operation Shutout. This is the mission that I have the least amount of real knowledge on. I'm almost convinced, I'm fairly convinced that this entire mission is timed. You do need to take out a number, at least one wave of enemies, but you are never going to be getting rid of all the enemies. Also, those were our allies. We now have orange fairies as allies. Generally, make your way over to the fairies. They tend to get hung up on your allied groups more than anyone else. So, the sculpture first. Only five shots. But it's fairly fast. It fires fairly quickly, so you can actually stun lock a number of enemies with it. It's also remarkably accurate. I think that guy... Nope, we can hit her. So you can see, you can hit enemies that normally would be out of range with the Punisher. If you prefer long-range accuracy over raw damage, if it works out for you that way, go ahead and pick up a sculpture first. 9 times out of 10, you're going to find a sculpture first before you find a Punisher anyway. It's a good alternative weapon to use, so, go for it. And especially if you get a sculpture first with piercing bullets, again, take the piercing bullets. So, end of this mission. Again, we're looking for a particular line of dialogue. Should be popping up here pretty much at any moment. Until it does pop up, just keep shooting at things. Oh boy! There we go. This looks like it'll work. In terms of the story, at this point in the story, we're leaving behind Sakuya and a small brigade of fairies to serve as a decoy. Ooh, magic bomb! Again, something to show off at the end. Get the Punisher back on. Breakthrough. This is the mission that's going to really test your computer. If your computer can barely handle the previous missions, it's not going to be happy on this one. Pull out your sniper rifle. Start shooting the space tanks. Why aren't we bringing in the Chikong if there's space tanks? There aren't a lot of space tanks on this mission. I'll finish explaining that here in a moment. Movement-wise, for this stage, make your way to the space tanks. Take out the space tanks. If any of the Hachikomas get in your way, shoot them. Don't worry, exploding enemies don't hurt you. Just exploding bullets. So this mission, you are not really going to have a chance to pick up anything that drops from anything on this stage. Once you take down the space tanks, we are now firing while retreating, basically. We want to lead all of the enemies over to that building. They're probably going to be sticking around to fight your allies until your allies die. That's okay. Just shoot them with the Gungnir. Your allies aren't going to last very long anyway. They really do die pretty quickly. Just kind of shoot in the general direction. You'll probably hit things. Once your allies die, all the enemies are going to be coming at you. And that's just fine. You move slower than they do. They will catch up. And when they do, you shoot them with a shotgun. Even the fairies. Assuming they catch up to you. You can see we've made it pretty darn close to that building now. We're still not close enough. Believe me, this still saves time. Hello, Insomniosis. I'm not actually doing a speedrun at the moment. I'm doing a tutorial for each of the missions and basically everything that I've developed for the run. Right now, I'm explaining for this stage. First, we shoot a particular enemy, and then we walk backwards and shoot more enemies. We were walking for quite a while, and we still barely spawned in behind the enemies. That's how long of a walk it is. There are also going to be so many fairies you can just shoot up in the air with your shotgun. You're going to hit them. Again, we're going to want to lure them over to an area. Amusingly, it's over to the left, and not because I favor it this time. So just kind of shoot them as you lure them over. Whoop, need to recharge this thing. If you're not actively shooting at something, make sure your weapons are charged. If you're not looking at something or aiming at it, recharge your guns. Okay, once we get to the red brick, we're in the right area. Preferably everything should be dead by now, but oh well. And let's just get this gun recharged. So we got, for the third wave of enemies, a whole lot of fairies. Don't worry, they'll catch up to you. Again, they're a lot faster than you are. And they fly. So we have blue fairies, we have orange fairies. We also have the introduction of brown fairies. Amusingly referred to as missile fairies, because they shoot homing missiles. They're slightly healthier than blue fairies, and considerably less of a threat. Just keep walking around, you won't get hit by the missiles. The red target locks only lock onto homing missiles. It's just rude. Thankfully, the homing missiles only lock onto the ground. So as long as you're not in the area where they locked on, you're fine. You can see we're walking through a whole field of the lock-on targets. We're going to be just fine. Your sniper rifle, whether it's the Gungnir or the Red Spear at this point, going to be your best friend. Most of these fairies don't particularly like to give you a hug. Orange fairies are definitely your main priority. They are healthy. They are extremely healthy. If they're at full health, they can survive a Gungnir shot. Which is saying something. Again, if one of the fairies decides to fly it within range of your shotgun, shoot it. Otherwise, just keep moving. Shoot things when you can. Those missiles, by the way, are extreme. They turn extremely well. Basically, they lock onto where you were standing when they shot it. Kind of. They lock onto the general area you were standing, and then they shoot it. There is a pretty extreme delay between when they lock on and when they shoot it. Okay. There will be a weapon showcase at the end of all this, by the way. So, stick around and look forward to that. And, yeah. Thank you everyone who came to the stream. Thank you anyone watching the individual level tutorials. And take care, everyone.